Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Today's topic is going to be digital identity, and I want to cover this in the context of ENS names. But this is not going to be only about Ethereum name service. I really want to wrap this into a larger container. I want to talk about digital identity as well, because individually some of these tools are actually not that important, but once you put all of these pieces of the puzzle together, they do become important, and I want to briefly cover this today. So let's just quickly talk about the Ethereum name service and what it is. And I have a quick example here. This is an Ethereum address that you have. It is set up when you create your MetaMask wallet, and then when you log into websites such as Uniswap or OpenSea, you will use this wallet and this Ethereum address as your identity to start with. It will always be the same Ethereum address no matter what site you log into, and this is the beauty of Web3, that you kind of take that identity with you independently to different kind of platforms where you're always logging in with the same wallet. Now, if you want to have someone send you some cryptocurrency into your wallet, you can of course copy and paste an address like this and send this over, and people will send you that crypto to this address. But there is this idea behind the ENS domains that you can actually use a more human readable address that you can attach to this more complex Ethereum address and use this instead as an address to send things to. This, in theory, makes things easier. Now, in reality, today, people are not actually using it that much, because a lot of the times people are not sure if the address that you have attached to this ENS domain name is actually the one that you want to receive something in or not. So they always will still ask you for the full address, at least from my experience. But people still love these kind of ENS domain names, and I was wondering why. And if you actually check out Twitter, and you don't have to scroll very far. Let's just have a look. Okay, this is my profile. We're gonna scroll very far, but just here on the first page, you can see this gentleman here. He has his .eth, which is the ENS domain, used as his username. Now, people use these a little bit as a flex, a little bit as a signal where they show that they're part of the community, that they know what's going on, that they are in the thick of it. And it's actually quite common these days that more and more people, and actually more and more larger brands, are starting to use these kind of domain names as their identity. And that's what I'm referring to here when we speak about Ethereum name service as an identity for Web3. And I want to expand on this. Now, there is a couple of things that you may have noticed when you log in into a website. Sometimes you will have your address showing in the top right corner. Now, in this particular situation, I do not have a great example, but let's say here on the left, I'm connected to this site with my wallet, and it does show this customization here. Here is my Ethereum address. Now, you can do more than that. If you check out my swissverse.eth ENS name, I have actually attached a picture in the background. I will create a separate video on how to do so, because very few people actually do that, and it requires a little bit of technical know-how. But basically what happened here is that I have taken an NFT and I have assigned it to my ENS domain name, and now whenever I go to a website such as this one here, very often if the website has this implemented, this feature implemented, you will also see a little avatar picture here that is the exact image that I have here, and that's pretty cool. No matter to which site I move, to 1inch, to OpenSea, to LooksRare, it will always bring up that little avatar picture, and it kind of helps building this Web3 identity where I'm Swiss within the Swissverse. And that's pretty cool. But I don't want to stop here. I want to go one step further. If you check out metaverses such as Decentraland or, for example, HyperFi, when you log in into a world like this, you are usually anonymous, you have no identity at all, and you have that plain avatar to discover the world. Now, if I would log into this platform with my wallet, it will actually bring up my little avatar here. It will bring up my ETH address, my ENS name. And what I think will happen in the near future is that we will also be able to bring in a custom avatar into a world like that is connected to our ENS name, for example. And I've heard some pros in the space discussing this recently, and I think this could be something that might happen in a not too distant future, where you might go from world to world bringing your avatar along with you. And this is going to be a beautiful use case for these ENS names in a not too distant future, I believe. And of course, if you are interested in registering a name like this, it is pretty straightforward to do so on the ENS website. You will need to have a little bit of crypto because you're gonna have to pay for a year or two or a couple of years of registration cost plus gas fees. The costs do vary based on the name you choose, but very often some of the best names have already been taken. And I think in the near future we will have many more options here. As I can see, there is unstoppable domain names where I do have some names registered, and there you only pay once for a lifetime. Here you pay registration cost per year. But I also think this one here could be quite promising in the future, and maybe some of these forever domain names. I think a lot of things are happening in this digital identity space right now. I would definitely like to emphasize this, that you need to start building up your identity already now if you're serious about the metaverse. I hope this was useful, guys. I think I will stop here. I will definitely add more content on the technical side of things here, especially on how to add an NFT to your ENS domain name, because I think this is pretty cool. If you enjoyed this content, do subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna try to provide you with more information like that, and do hit the like button to help me with this particular video. Guys, I see you in the next one. Thank you and bye bye.